I recently read the book 0 to 1 by author Peter Thiel. Author Peter Thiel was a co-founder and CEO of PayPal. In 2002, he sold PayPal to eBay for $1.5 billion. After the sale, the original member of the Peter Thiel team at PayPal, people he personally hired and mentored, went to create companies such as Yelp, LinkedIn, and YouTube. These billion-dollar companies have fundamentally changed the way we use the internet today. Based on the number of successful companies that Peter Thiel has influenced, it seems that he knows the secret of building a billion-dollar business and building a better future. After reading Peter Thiel's book 0 to 1, I have discovered three counterinitiative ways to think about starting a business and building a better future. First, bet on the contrarian truth. Try to answer the following question: what important truth do very few people agree with you? Steve Jobs knew the truth about how we would use a smartphone in the future. Steve Jobs knew that we didn't need or want a physical keyboard, but almost everyone at the time disagreed with him. Uber and Airbnb bet on the contrarian truth that you and I would be willing to get in a stranger's car or stay in a stranger's house. Netflix bet on a contrarian truth that most of us love to being watch TV. The best answer to the contrarian question reveals the truth about how people will act in a future. Anyways, they are either unwilling to admit right now or are just unaware of. Now, why it is so important to bet your business on a contrarian truth? Well, if you don't, you will be on a fast track to bankruptcy. Peter Thiel says all failed companies are the same. They fail to escape competition. When you bet your business on a contrarian truth, you will dramatically increase your odds of avoiding competition. Mainly because most people will think that you are crazy and ignore you long enough for you to build a significant lead in a particular market. That will make it hard for anyone to catch you. But here is a word of caution. Make sure that you bet on a contrarian truth whose time has come. In the late 2000, there was something called the Green Tech Revolution. Green Tech Revolution was based on a contrarian truth that we would all go from non-renewable resources like oil and natural gas to renewable resources like solar and wind energy. It may have been and it still will be a truth of humanity, but it was a truth whose time hadn't come. Yet solar panel technology wasn't where it needed to be to make the green tech revolution feasible at the time. So, before starting a business, ask yourself, is my success dependent on working out the competition or being courageous enough to bet on a contrarian truth whose time has come? Counter initiative business mindset number 2. If you want to start a big business, start by dominating a small. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, he had the idea of creating an everything store. But he didn't start by building an everything store. Instead, he focused on dominating a small niche market. That niche market was online book sales. It was a great initial market to dominate because all books are roughly the same size and shape, so they are easy to ship. Plus, book readers are a great target market because they are well educated and typically have disposable income that they would be able to spend on future goods that Jeff Bezos would offer in his everything store. Because Jeff Bezos could dominate a small niche market, he could generate enough cash flow free of competition to help fund his expansion into adjacent market like online CD and DVD sales. And he have infrastructure in place to go on to dominate that market. When starting your business, don't try to get 1% of the billion-dollar market. Instead, try to get 80% of the million-dollar market. Author Peter Thiel says whoever is first to dominate the most important segment of the market with viral potential will be the last mover in the whole market. Counter initiative business mindset number 3. Strive to be a monopoly. Now, you might be thinking, wait, aren't monopolies evil? Well, yes, but a monopoly that bullies its competitors and take advantages of its customer is evil. Well, but most monopolies today actually don't act like that. Most monopolies are actually good for the world. Google has a search engine monopoly, and because of that monopoly, they can generate so much profit, which allows them to give back to the society in a big way. If Google didn't have a search engine monopoly, do you think they would pursue projects like free internet for everyone or Google Maps and self driving cars? When you establish a monopoly, you prevent the competition from eating away your profits, and that ensures that you stay in the business. If you aim for anything, start off being a monopoly. You are aiming to go out of business. There are 4 ways to become a monopoly and secure high profit margin without bribing politicians or resorting to organized crimes. To understand these four ways, just think of the big four companies: Apple, Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Monopoly method number one: brand association. What brand comes to your mind when you think of an electronic device that makes you look fashionable? I am guessing it's Apple. And if Apple is the first brand most people think of, when they consider buying a device that makes them look cool, it's tough for any other brand to compete in a market of fashionable consumer electronics. Monopoly method number 2: proprietary technology. Why do the majority people use Google instead of Bing? Well, personally, I use Google instead of Bing because I feel that my search results are 10 times better on Google, since Google's algorithm are 10 times better than its competitor and those algorithms are proprietary. It's nearly impossible to copy them and catch up to them. Monopoly method number 3: network effects. Why do you use Facebook or Instagram over other new and probably better designed social media platforms? I guess it's because most of your friends are already on Facebook or Instagram and are unlikely to switch to a new platform. The more people on the Facebook Instagram network, the harder it is to compete with them. Monopoly method number 4: economies of scale. Why do you think that Amazon offer free shipping on a £100 sofa when most furniture retailers charge you $50 to ship that same sofa? The answer is economies of scale because Amazon has such a large infrastructure in place and chips. So many products, their fixed operating cost per item is incredibly low, which allows them to make more profit on each item and offset the cost of shipping, which makes it nearly impossible for small retailers to compete with them. So, in the end, if you want to create a high growth company and build a better future, bet on a contrarian truth whose time has come and then build a big business around that. The truth by first thing to dominate a small market. Once you have proven that you can dominate a small market, then expand to adjacent market and set your sights on becoming a monopoly of a much broader market by either achieving brand association like Apple, using proprietary technology like Google, building a superior network like Facebook, or reducing your costs through economies of scale like Amazon. And that is the core message I got from this book. Hope you like that video. If you liked my video, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on the Instagram link in the description. Thanks a lot.